Hey guys, my name is Bob and welcome to the Excel Math channel, and today I'm going to talk about solving quadratic inequalities and to give some examples. So how do we go about solving inequalities? If you want to know the step-by-step procedure, you can actually refer to the link below because I've made a video before. But let us just recap, alright, how to actually solve the quadratic inequality. So the first things first, if you are given a inequalities of and a quadratic equation, you shift all the terms to the left hand side of the equation. Then after that, find the roots. That means find the x value, okay, of the quadratic equation. And after that, determine the quadratic graph itself. Sketch the graph and includes the x-axis. This is actually a parabolic way of solving the quadratic equation. So let me just write out, it's actually a parabolic way, okay, of solving the quadratic equation. And then last but not least, find the portion of curve that satisfy the inequalities. So let us take a look at this example. So first thing first, you got this example x bracket x minus 1 that's smaller than 20. So the first thing I will do is I will expand the left hand side, so I will get x squared minus x smaller than 20, okay. Then after which I will shift this 20 to the left hand side of the equation, so I will have x squared minus x minus 20 smaller than 0. Alright, so the next thing, if we were to do the factorization, alright, so let's do the factorization. We have x, alright, we have x here, and then we definitely have x here, and then we the next thing we have to determine, alright, what gives you minus x. So we have 5 and we have 4, so it could be either one, alright, of them, but it has to be minus 5, alright, because only why? Because so that you can actually get negative x, alright. So we actually have the solution x minus 5 and x plus 4. So the root is, okay, basically it's x is 5, okay, or negative 4. So this is the root. So that is the second step, is to find the roots, okay, of the quadratic equation. So the next thing we determine, alright, the quadratic graph itself, okay, based on this quadratic equation, and sketch the graph. So how do we determine the quadratic graph? If we were to look at this, first thing first, because this quadratic equation, the coefficient of x squared is positive, that's why it is a happy face, alright. So if let's say, okay, the coefficient of x squared is negative, then it will be the other way around, it will be a sad face. Alright, after which we will draw the x-axis as well, and then next thing we input the roots, okay, that we have found out. One is 5 and negative 4. And last but not least, okay, determine the portion of the curve that satisfy these inequalities. So these inequalities tells us to, okay, find the portion of the curve that is below y is equals to 0. Alright, so the portion of the quadratic curve that is below y is equals to 0, okay, is which portion? The portion is this portion. Alright, because the curve, okay, this in between negative 4 and 5 is when the quadratic curve is below the x-axis. And last but not least, we base on this portion, the shaded portion, to find out what is the range of values. So our range of values of x turns out to be based on the shaded region that's between negative 4 and 5. Alright, of course without the smaller or equals to. Alright, so it is between negative 4 and 5. Alright, so that's it. Alright, so solving quadratic inequalities using the parabolic method is as easy as it is. You shift all terms to the left hand side, then find the roots, which is the x value for the quadratic equation, and after that determine the quadratic graph, sketch the graph. Okay, if it is if the coefficient is negative, then it's a sad face, but if the coefficient is positive, then it's a smiling face. Draw the graph itself and determine the portion of the curve, okay, that satisfy the inequality. So in this case, they want you to find the portion of the curve that is less than y is equals to 0. Alright, and this is the portion that is less than y equals to 0, and from there itself I'll be able to find out what is the range of values. Okay, that's about it. a good example for you guys. All right, if you guys do like this video, subscribe and comment in the comment section below. I'm Bob signing off from here and see you the next time round.